And so we bless the name of the Lord one more time, and we thank him for permitting us this privilege to assemble as we continue to thrive in purpose. On today, our assignment is to make sure we have no excuses. Sometimes when we get pushed out of our comfort zone, sometimes when that which shows up in our lives upsets our apple cart, when we are struggling to do it different or to learn a new way, or the Lord pushes us in a direction that we really don't want to go, so many times we just get frustrated, quit, or make an excuse. I want to challenge you today that you understand the value of not making excuses. God does not honor excuses. Listen, if we're going to thrive in the purpose that God has for us, we must understand the value we have in not making excuses. There are so many of us who would rather dance with the devil we know than to discover what we don't know, to deal with the unknown. And here is the reality of our lives. It's not until the Lord pushes us into the unknown where we really get to discover who God really is. It's not until you find yourself in a situation where you are powerless, where you can see the power of the Lord. On today, we want to make sure we begin this process of eliminating excuses in our lives. We're going to thrive in purpose because we spent all yesterday in prayer, asking the Lord to begin the process of revealing to us a healthy habit or a healthy routine that we can develop a consistent prayer life, because we want to make sure that God is first in our lives. And to do it, we are going to have to eliminate every excuse. Listen, I don't have to tell you what excuses are like, but you do know everyone has one. Ask your friends or loved ones if they are living the life that they set out to live, or are they living a life they just settled on. See, we've got to be clear about the fact that sometimes instead of pushing through and persevering, we just settle. We make the excuse for why we can't press forward. And here is what the Lord allows us to understand. Excuses are not tolerated. We've got to get to the point where we will not allow anything or anyone to hinder our walk with the Lord. Excuses are easy to make, but to build a life of substance and character for God, we're going to have to push. We're going to have to make sure that when the times get hard, we push even harder. You know the old saying, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. I'm saying to you today, if you really want to see God move in your life, face that tough situation with honesty and clarity without making excuses. We find our God voice. It's the God that speaks within us. It's that quiet, still voice that leads us and guides us and constantly speaks to us and allows us to know what we should do that we know we don't always follow. We've got to be strong enough to follow that voice right now, because it's that voice that's going to lead us to where God wants us to be. To do it, you know what you've got to do. You've got to make some tough decisions. You've got to push yourself. You've got to push your family. You've got to push your accountability partners. And we have to be held responsible and accountable for building the life that God would have us to be. Real change happens when we acknowledge where we have strayed from the path. And when we acknowledge it, God will give us an opportunity to straighten it out, to get it corrected. God knows the plans he has for us. And the plans that he has for us will require of us to not make excuses. No excuses, family. Let's give God the best of our service on today. We'll talk soon.